Keep on, I said it ain't gonna stop. It ain't gonna stop, it ain't gonna flop. Stop acting like we ain't so hot.
What's going on, people? This is Inflewence back with another video. This X-Transbots Overheat, and this is their version of Dragstrip. So we can check out the box. Artwork, got tech specs like the old G1 boxes. More artwork, stuff on the bottom, and that's it. Of course, you got the card and the instructions, typical, obligatory, and regular. And here's the figure, Dragstrip, which is pretty great. As you can see, he has rubber tires. I can't remember. I think he came in bot mode, so I'm gonna do it in car mode. But really, I don't remember how he came. I had this for a while, but I just couldn't get to this review because of the situation, my space situation. So you move to a bigger house and you got less space. I ain't got less space. It's just a matter of having a space. So, you know, I'm in my basement, so excuse the echo. That's why it's echoing, because there's nothing down here. And I got a little space set up, but it's not the best as far as acoustics. What you gonna do? Anyway, let's get to this review. As you can see, he comes with some accessories, which is this driver. He's just a half driver. Somebody took his legs. He has no legs. So that just goes in there, and he has a steering. There's a steering wheel. Show the bottom. Bottom's pretty cool. You got the storage for the gun right here. The gun folds up. If I can get it out. See, the gun folds up like this. You have this gun for one. That's his gun, just purple G1 style, but you fold it up like this and put the barrel in, and then you can store it. You can also store it back here also. So when you store it underneath, you got to fold it up like this, but when you store it in the back, you can put the handle down, but you still probably should fold it up. It's on an angle a tad bit, so because of this spoiler, you can actually push the spoiler down some. But if there's a driver, he's shooting the driver in the head, so there's that. Anyway, like I said, rubber tires, and this spoiler goes that way, up and down, I guess depending on what you like. These things come apart, so let's get into transformation. Like to do legs first. Legs are, I won't say the easiest, but they are about the quickest. The arms got some things going on, so you just want to split these apart. It's kind of tight the first time. You see them big pegs. They got some big pegs in there going together, plus this motor is in sandwich. So when you go backwards, it's the same. You know, you got to sandwich this motor in before you put the legs together, which can be a pain because right here, these are barely clearing this right here, the engine block. So then you want to lift the engine block. It's pegged into the two legs. You can lift, usually it's not that, I didn't get it out. Get it out of here first. So, and push it up. You can push it with your finger underneath and push it up like that. Then you can get these out the way. Like I said, it's kind of hard because this is in the way. You can fold this down as you're lifting it, so it kind of makes it less in the way. But it's still some maneuvering around some parts. There we go. Get that all the way. Get a little bit better. But you can just leave that up like that because you gotta get the hands and stuff out the way in order to put this all the way in. So now we work on his legs. They're pegged in right here, and you can just bend that up put this back just to get it out the way. On the side, they're pegged in the back here. So you can kind of unpeg it back here and pull these down. That's what I usually do first. Peg it, pull them down. Then you can accordion these out. And before you pull them all the way out, show you one side at a time. There's a piece in here. You want to fold that out. Fold it all the way out because it's going to clip in right there. If you can see that. Yeah, there you go. Also, before you put it all the way down and you get those 2 steps done, this tire goes like this and then it bends back. This piece right here is folded up. Fold that out. You can fold this up because it forms the tail. Then you can just put this back and it kind of makes it flush with the leg. Then you can do all this, bring this down. You might as well turn, you're gonna have to turn this around for robot mode, so might as well do it now. It don't hurt anything. I don't think it does. No, it doesn't. One thing I can say, my waist has gotten loose. You know, with these, they're doing like the G1 style, so there's a button right here. I guess I could show that now. You push this button here, and then you take the waist off. It's kind of hard. It goes all the way in, as you can see. You can see that in there. I guess you can see that. On the G1 thing, where it splits apart and then it's like gonna stick to the legs or the arms, which I think is kind of cool, but at the same time, I don't know how long this mechanism is gonna last because, like I said, mine is really loose. And see, it's like, and hopefully it lasts a long time. I mean, if you're not transforming it every day, like I am, no. But so you put this down. You gotta try to get this around here and peg into that hole. And right here, there's a peg that goes into a slot underneath here. So you just want to get that in, kind of stabilize things. Then you get it going. It's a little tab in the back that you can put out like this that goes kind of holds on to the tire. So it's kind of like the heel spur. So it's not just tire on ground. So one leg is done. Do the same thing with the other leg. I already pulled this out. And pull this out. Flip this up. A lot of this stuff was kind of tight on the first go round, of course, which is normally the case. You transform transformers before, you know. So just be careful. It actually feels kind of sturdy, like sturdier than I thought it was when I first started messing with it, because it doesn't feel like it's gonna break. I'm not being gentle. I mean, I'm not being monstrous either, but I'm not being like super gentle. So I think it's pretty good. And there you have it. The legs all done. Tires are pegged into the top of this. So you want to get that, and then you can bend this down like this. That should be first. Then you can take care of this. You might as well. If you hear that water, that's the shower. So you want to bend it down while you're trying to fold it. I try to bend it down and then fold it out, because then you want to get it up like this. It has to pass some pieces, you know. I think it's been like that before. It's not hard once you get the hang of it. Then you just bend it all down. Just want to keep this like this, so it's out the way. So now you can get these arms out the way without worrying about breaking anything. They are tabbed in. They are kind of tough. So once you get them out, you move this down, then you can move these, and that peg right there will peg in right there. Just unfurl that arm, put it in. Second one, the same thing. Move it down so you got more freedom. So then you can move this all the way down. Now with these arms, it's kind of tricky because it's on a double bar and they have to spin around each other. Now there's a way to do this. I don't know if I've perfected it or not. I doubt, because it's just not me. But you pull this down. Then you want to swing these at the same time, kind of. But you gotta get all the parts out the way from each other. So I'm trying to show this the best possible. Swing that this way at the same time. Lift this up. Bend the elbow. And then swing this way. And they should have enough. It's just enough clearance if you do it just so right. Where, as you can see, I got them out the way. Now it does rub still. I don't know if I can get that in focus or not. Won't focus or not. I don't know why. There's some paint off right there, and that's from rubbing against that other bar. I mean, it is what it is. I knew it was gonna happen. But then these you bend backwards, so they're on the shoulders like that. And it's kind of hard because the tire is getting away, but it's tight. After you do that, you can get this out the way. So this is just out. Lift this up. These are already bent in. You can bend them in if they're not, and then just accordion it up. It kind of fills in that hole right there also. Then you push it down, which I think is a great piece. So then you want to get this together. Now this can get tricky as well, but if you have it like this, it's double hinges up in here, triple hinges really. You gotta get this accordion up under. Oh, you can't see that? Accordion up under there in order for it to work properly. Because then this fits around here and kind of keeps it in. And I think you can kind of like move this out the way like this. Get that up under there. And then move this in place. And it fits like around. It plugs in. It's a little it's tight, but I'm trying to get it off camera. So this is basically the figure. I can't really get the back in as well as I would like. I don't know if I got the backpack right. I don't know if I ever had it right. It fits perfectly when his waist is bent like that. You can fit everything in there, and it plugs into the pegs how I think it's supposed to. I think it may be an oversight, or it could be my bad. I don't know, but Here's the figure. You can tuck these in the back so you can't see them. Has a straight G1 head. We can go over articulation. He has waist, as I said, is really loose. What's also loose is his bend, his waist bend. He has waist bend, which is cool, but it's really loose and it just bends whenever, all day, every day, if you're manipulating it. Spin the arms. Arms go 360. His range of motion of his shoulders is great. He has a double jointed elbow, I believe, but the tires are in the way. So you can get that. Can you get the tires out the way? No, not really. So you kind of can. No, you can't. So his fingers are all on one accord. He has a thumb is open and his fingers just on a pin, one pin. So I said the waist spin. Gets out there. It's not real loose. It's tension though. It's not ratcheted. You get these hip skirts out the way. Get him about. It's hard, not too far back. You can bend these and get it back a little bit farther, but that's about the range of the legs. He has thigh swivel, and his knee bend, I believe, is you put this down in order to get a better knee bend. It does get 90 degrees, not any more than that. He has ankle tilt. So this is like a toe. It's like a toe pivot. So that's kind of like the tilt. And these things can move this way. He also, can this move a little bit? No, not really. That doesn't move really. So yeah, as far as articulation, that's about it. Holds his gun in both hands. Well, I'm just going to take my word for it because I'm going to put it in this hand. The hand I always put the guns in for some reason, maybe because I'm right-handed. Actually, I'm ambidextrous, but that is neither here nor there. So yeah, here's Overheat. And I suck at poses. Well, it takes me a long time to get them in the pose. Suck at poses while I'm reviewing. My shelf don't look bad when I had the shelf. But let me try to grab something to compare it to. Hilarious. If this ain't a band of misfits, I've been slowly trying to get some stuff out of my collection. But so we got Overlord, which of course does not compare at all. I mean, depending on how big you think Overlord should be, he's IDW too. So, but that might be right, because I know the G1 Overlord is pretty huge too. We got the Springer. Just did that. As you can see, he's comparable in size to a Voyager. And actually, it doesn't look that terrible together. Yeah, I'm not sure what's up with the camera today, but yeah, it's not too bad. Doesn't look terrible, to tell you the truth. I didn't expect that with a siege line, and we got a G1 Perceptor. And it's kind of comparable to G1 Perceptor too. But all right, so that's all the comparisons I have that I can show. I apologize. I will be getting my collection together slowly but surely, out the boxes. So this has been Inflewence. I appreciate you watching. If you made it this far, thank you much. And give me a like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Liking it really helps. Subscribing super helps, because the closer I get to 1,000, the closer I might be able to make a couple pennies. But that's not why I do this, so I appreciate you watching. I love doing this, and I like Transformers, or I love Transformers. I try not to say I love inanimate objects, but besides my family, Transformers is it. All right then, peace.
Hip hop, I feel I gotta say, who am I? You might say influence, and I spit better than most in this game. Provoking thought with no